Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a great day today. Today is a empties video. It has been about 6 months since the last time I did an empties video, so back at it again. I have a whole bunch of products here that I have used up in the past 6 months. So we are gonna go through these. I hope you guys are having a great day today, and let's just hop into it. So for my empties videos, I typically try to have little like captions with the price of whatever I used up and the total tally of how much I ended up using. I think that's just kind of a little bit satisfying, especially when they're like a couple $100s worth of products. Hopefully the number will be nice and high so I can feel a little bit better about how much makeup I buy, because if I actually consume said makeup and beauty and skincare products as well, then that's a-okay. I have a couple of lifestyle things in here as well as beauty things, but I think they all kind of like coincide with each other. So the first thing that I finished up is actually this. This is a collagen and biotin supplement from Youth Theory. I got this at Costco. This is 65 servings worth. And the reason that I picked this up in the first place was because around Christmas time this past year, I accidentally slammed my thumb in my car door, and I lost my fingernail, and it took me a really long time to grow that nail back, but I really wanted it to grow back faster. So I started taking these. These were actually really hard to swallow. The pills were massive and you had to take 6 of them throughout the day. So I don't know if I would repurchase this again. I still have like another container of these supplements to go through, but I kind of stopped taking them as soon as my nail was back to like a normal state, which didn't happen until pretty recently. So I don't know if I would buy it again. I hope I never have to like feel like I would need to buy it again, but I do know collagen and biotin are supposed to be really good for your hair, skin, nails, bones in general. So maybe I will buy like a different collagen supplement. I don't know if it would be this one specifically though. Another kind of like lifestyle thing is actually this protein powder. This is from Alani Nu. This is their whey protein and it tastes like frosted flurry. I actually liked the taste of this a lot. I feel like after my workouts, I would just shake up this with like milk and it would taste really good. I will say though, there have been a couple of times where I've like run out of milk and I don't like the way this tastes with water. And there have also been times where I'm in like a massive rush and I just mix it with my coffee and that doesn't taste great either. I don't know if I would repurchase from Alani Nu. The protein powder that I'm using right now is just like a big bag from Costco. I'm not like a health expert. I don't know like what protein powders you're actually supposed to be taking. I just know that it's supposed to help with muscle recovery after working out. And so I just chose the one from Costco because it was really big and you get a lot. So I don't think I would repurchase the Alani Nu one specifically. I think that's pretty much it for like non-beauty stuff. So let's get into the rest of it. I finished up a full pack of the Crest 3D white strips. There's 44 strips in here. Technically only 22 strips in here, 22 pairs of strips in here. I think I got this on Amazon like a while ago. I did end up buying some more at Costco and I like to try and do these once a week, maybe a little bit less depending on how sensitive my teeth are, but I drink a lot of coffee. I want my teeth to not be like super stained, and so I try to do this as more of like a maintenance step than trying to truly like whiten my teeth. I've never gotten my teeth professionally whitened or anything. I don't think my teeth are like that yellow, but I also don't want them to get more yellow. But if I do more than once a week, my teeth tend to get pretty like sensitive and I don't love that. So I try to do them once a week. I like the Crest 3D white strips. Tip for 3D white strips that I was telling one of my coworkers: pat your teeth dry with like a paper towel and make sure they stay dry before putting the strips on. I feel like if your teeth are dry, it sticks to your teeth much better, but also if they're dry and they stick better, they don't tend to like get that like gross taste from the adhesive on here and the whitening stuff on here. These are like 30-minute strips, so usually I will just throw them on, do editing, and then like take them off as I'm editing a video. So whenever I'm doing something pretty stagnant, I'll just throw this on. I finished up one pair of the Florence by Mills Swimming Under the Eyes Hydrating Under Gel eye pads. I think I received this like as a gift with purchase for an Ulta order, so I don't think I would ever repurchase these ones. I really love my Do Forever eye masks where I just put on an eye cream and then use the reusable eye mask on top of it. They're in the shape of whales, so I guess they're cute and the color of it is pretty, but I don't necessarily think this did anything in terms of like hydrating my under eyes. I think I would rather just use my Do products, and so I probably would not repurchase this eye mask, but it was really cute. I finished up a whole sunscreen. This is my Glossier Invisible Shield Daily Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 35. This is one of my all-time favorite sunscreens for every day. I really like the texture of this. I like the scent of it. It sinks in really quickly and it doesn't make me feel really greasy throughout the day. So I would definitely repurchase this. It is a little bit pricey for a sunscreen though, so I would try to wait for some sort of sale. I also have a ton of sunscreens to go through right now, so I'm not gonna repurchase it anytime soon, but as far as I'm concerned, this is still one of my favorite sunscreens. I don't love the new Glossier sunscreen. It's like that like kind of like pore filling, like silicone-y feeling, and I don't love that, especially underneath makeup, especially in the summer when it feels like really hot and sweaty. I really like the gel consistency of the Glossier sunscreen. I finished up one of these Tree Hut's Shea Sugar Scrubs. This is in the Desert Haze scent. I love the Tree Hut scrubs. I feel like I finish at least one of them every time I do an empties. They're really good. They smell nice. I feel like they do a really good job of scrubbing away dead skin, and I just like the experience of like putting on a scrub. I feel like Tree Hut ones are affordable but also like effective, and I don't necessarily feel them drying out my skin too much. So really like this. Will probably always continue to repurchase. I finished up this set of shampoo and conditioner. These are from Love Beauty and Planet. They're the sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner in the turmeric and tonka essence. I would maybe consider purchasing from Love Beauty and Planet again, but definitely not this scent. I didn't love the scent, and I also do feel like my hair felt really greasy like the next day. So I didn't love that about this. Towards the end, I was pretty much just using the conditioner to shave and wasn't really using it in my hair. Definitely feel like with my oily hair, I need something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more like sudsy to actually clean my hair. So I don't think I would repurchase these. I also finished up this conditioner. This is from Lucetta. This is their biotin and collagen conditioner. I finished up the shampoo, I believe, the last empties video. So this is the matching conditioner for it. I don't think I would repurchase this. I think it's fine. I just feel like there are other conditioners out there that are easier to access, and so I don't think I would pick this one specifically. I also finished the Love Beauty and Planet coconut water and mimosa flower reusable bottle shampoo. I like the bottle. I think the bottle is like cute and I like the aluminum like heaviness of it. I don't think I would repurchase the shampoo though. I think I'm gonna reuse this bottle for something else, but I just don't think the Love Beauty and Planet shampoos and conditioners are right for my hair, basically. I really like the scent of this. I think the scent of this was really nice, really pleasant. I don't think I would repurchase it though. Maybe in like a body wash, but definitely not the shampoo and conditioner. Okay, we're just doing like a little shower time kick. So I also finished up these two travel sizes of the Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo and No. 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I will say, I don't necessarily think I noticed a true like healing of my hair. I don't think this mended bonds whatsoever. I don't think it like really helped with my split ends. I do think they were nice though. I do feel like my hair didn't feel oily throughout the day. I do like the size of these bottles though. They're nice and small, and I feel like they do hold quite a bit for being so small. It took me a while to use this up because I really only took them when I was going on vacation or on a work trip. I think I did repurchase the full size of these at Costco because I think the full size at like Ulta is $30, and at Costco the full size shampoo and conditioner was on sale for like $35. So I pretty much got both of them for the price of one. So I did repurchase them because I do like them, but I don't know if they're revolutionary for my hair. I guess I only had these in like travel sizes though, and so I only used them when I was on travel. I feel like I am gonna give it like a real shot as my everyday shampoo and conditioner and see how I like it. Something else that I finished is this body wash from We the People. This is their Clean Slate Restorative Lactic Acid Body Wash. I actually really liked this. The scent of this took a little bit to grow on me, but I really liked the way this lathered. I felt like my body felt clean. I do like this more than the Necessaire body wash though, so if I were to repurchase one of the two more expensive body washes I've tried, it would definitely be this one over the Necessaire one, but it's still like an expensive body wash and I don't necessarily want to spend that much money on a body wash. It felt nice though, so if you want to like splurge in a expensive body wash, I did like this. I also finished up this little travel size of the Necessaire the body serum. This is only like 1.7 fluid ounces, so definitely one of their smaller travel sizes. I did like this. I did use up a full size as well, I think in the previous empties video, so I don't know if I would repurchase this one specifically. I do think it felt nice. I do feel like my body has been more hydrated lately than it has been in the past couple of years. So maybe it's from this, maybe I'm just moisturizing better. I don't know. I don't know if I would repurchase this. Maybe if it was on sale. I don't necessarily think this is like a must-have in my shower routine though. I lied. I have the full size Necessaire the body serum in this empties. So like I said, everything that I just said about the travel size applies to this one. I also finished this honey water balm. The idea of this was nice. It's like a really liquidy kind of serum like texture, that like an essence type texture where it's like a slightly thicker water. I don't know if I would repurchase this either, mostly because I still feel like there was a lot of effort to get this to absorb into my skin. I feel like the idea is like you just spray it and leave it, but I personally always want to rub in my body products, and so I still had to rub this in. Also, when you're like spraying your legs, you don't spray straight up like this. You kind of like twist and turn to get into the various crevices of your legs, and when you would do that, it would stop spraying because the liquid, it wouldn't go through the tube. And so it was just a little bit more frustrating to work with than I would want. Honestly, I'd rather just go in with like a body lotion, body cream than this. I also finished this little travel size of the Olay Fresh Outlast Complex B3 body wash. This is in like a strawberry scent. This was fine. It's just a body wash. It's just a travel body wash that I picked up right before I had to go on a work trip. I'm probably gonna repurchase this just because there are probably gonna be times where I need a body wash like last minute, and this is one of the easiest ones to access, but I don't necessarily think it's like my favorite body wash out there. You know, I'm probably gonna repurchase it because it's easy to access, but I don't think I'm gonna like rave about this. I also finished up a toothpaste. This is the Crest 3D White Stain Eraser toothpaste. It's a good toothpaste. I like the way it foams. It makes me feel like I'm whitening my teeth a little bit, especially because I'm an avid coffee drinker. So I would definitely repurchase. Every once in a while, I have to like switch out my toothpaste for Sensodyne if my teeth get too sensitive, but I haven't really noticed any sensitivity using the Crest 3D White toothpaste. I also finished up this travel size of the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub. I don't know if I would repurchase this. I like the fact that it comes in a squeezy tube. I feel like it makes it really easy, especially when you're traveling, if you need like an additional scrub. But I mean, the Tree Hut one works just as well for me, and it's much more cheaper and much more easier, and just in general, I think I would just rather reach for like one of the Tree Hut scrubs than this one from First Aid Beauty. I also finished up the Bath & Body Works Sweater Weather Body Cream. It's their Ultimate Hydration Body Cream. I've had this for literally years, like at least 5 years, 5+ years. I think I've had this since high school actually, so like maybe even 10 years. It's nice. It's a body cream. I don't think my natural inclination is to like gravitate towards Bath & Body Works anymore, but if I were to be gifted a Bath & Body Works body cream, I would probably use it. I also finished up a pack of Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. I typically just keep these on hand for when I'm swatching, when I need something like just really quick and easy to take off my makeup. If I'm feeling extremely lazy and just don't feel like doing my whole skincare routine at night, at the very least, I will use one of these to take off my makeup. Probably not the best habit in the world, but some days are just long and I'm exhausted and I don't feel like doing it. Finish up one of these. We'll probably continue to use up these in the future. Every once in a while, like I'll finish up a whole pack. I also finished a little travel size of the Necessaire, the body lotion. I don't know if I would repurchase this either. I feel like it was nice, but Necessaire is a very expensive brand. And for something that is so expensive, I think I just want more. Like I want fragrance, I want to feel luxurious, and this feels luxurious because I know in my head it's expensive, but it's just a body lotion at the end of the day, and it's a fragrance-free body lotion at the end of the day. So I don't think I would repurchase it myself. If there's like a sale or if I'm gifted something, I would probably use it and enjoy using it, but I don't think I would repurchase this myself. Another thing that I finished up is the Bioma Balancing Face Mist, and I have maybe come to the conclusion that even though I love this product, it breaks me out. Not gonna repurchase this. I feel like whenever I finish this up and I stopped using it, my under the skin acne would be way just less. It would not happen as often, the hormonal acne, like under the skin, painful bumps. So I think this is the culprit, which makes me really sad because I really liked this. I've been trying out a couple of different facial sprays, facial mists to try and find a replacement that doesn't break me out. But yeah, kind of disappointed about this. It was a really good affordable option, but I think there are others out there that I like maybe a little bit more. Speaking of facial sprays, other options that I think are maybe a little bit better than the Bioma one that don't break me out. This is from Coco Kind. This is their Rose Water Toner. I actually really liked this. When I first got this, I didn't know if I would like it because I'm not a huge rose scent person, but I do feel like this did a really good job of hydrating my skin. Typically for facial sprays like this, the first thing I do in the morning when I was working out in the morning, I would just spray a little bit of this on my face just to feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more awake, and then go do my workout. Using this in that way, I did really like it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I would definitely repurchase this. The rose scent did not bother me as much as I thought it would. It's not like super overly powerful. It's just like a light little hint of rose, and then it goes away pretty much immediately. So really like this. I think I would repurchase this. I also finished up this Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. This took me a really long time to finish up, actually. I feel like I had this for years. So I finally finished it. This is a nice cleanser if you are an oily gal. I did really like this. It didn't make me feel super stripped or anything like that. It's also like extremely expensive though. It's like $45, 40 something dollars for a facial cleanser, and I feel like there are better or comparable out there that aren't as expensive. For example, the La Roche-Posay Purifying Foaming Cleanser, I also have been really liking, and this is like $20. So just the price difference in general, I'm gonna reach for the La Roche-Posay all the time. And I actually do really like this cleanser. I think this is one of the best ones I've tried, like from the drugstores. I also finished up this travel size of the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Dry Shampoo. I feel like a common theme you're gonna see is that there are a lot of travel size things that I finish up because I travel so much, from like personal trips to work trips. There's always going to be some travel size things, but I think this is an okay dry shampoo. Definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite from the drugstore. I think I like the Batiste ones more, honestly. The Batiste ones leave kind of a white residue, but it rubs away if you like work it in well enough, but also it makes my hair actually like feel less oily, whereas this one doesn't really do that. So I don't think I would repurchase this one. I think I would definitely repurchase the Batiste one though. I also finished up this sunscreen from Kanso-san. This is the Skincare Moisture Base AQ. I actually got this from Japan from like a friend. I actually really like the sunscreen. I think this is one of like a really good sunscreen, especially for oily skin. I feel like it still sinks in really nicely. It doesn't make me feel oily throughout the day, and it has a little bit more of a typical like sunscreen feel. It's not super gel-like, but it's also not like a moisturizer feeling. So I really like this. I would purchase again if I could. Yeah, I have other sunscreens to get to. I think still though, like I said, the Glossier sunscreen is probably still my all-time favorite. I also finished up this little tiny sample size of the La Mer, the Moisturizing Soft Cream. La Mer is pricey. Very, very pricey. Would not repurchase anything La Mer because I'm just not willing to spend that money. But the little mini sample size was fine. It was a little moisturizer. I don't really get the hype of it, but it smells nice. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna repurchase this. That's insane. I just do not have the money to be spending $300 on 1 ounce of a moisturizer. That's just not happening. I finished 3 different cleansing balms. So the first one is from Muy Hood. This is the Good She Cleansing Balm. I actually really liked this. It's very similar to the Bioma cleansing balm that I really like. This one is more expensive and slightly harder to find. So just for the sake of finding something that's easier to access, I definitely would probably purchase the Bioma one over this one. I did really like this though. I like the scent of this a lot. I thought it was really nice. I also finished up the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. I liked this enough. It's not my all-time favorite cleanser out there. It's nice for the affordability, like it's really easy to access as well, but again, just there are other cleansing balms out there that I enjoy a little bit more, like the Bioma one, that would melt a little bit better than this one. This one still did the job. I still enjoyed it. I would repurchase this in the future, but like I said, I prefer the Bioma one. And then I also finished up this mini of the Versed Day Dissolve Cleansing Balm. This one is probably my least favorite out of the 3 that I just talked about. Every time I cleansed with this and did a double cleanse, I would always still wipe off a ton of makeup after like washing everything off. And like when I would take a towel and just like dry my face, there was always more makeup coming off. So I just think this did a terrible job of cleansing. I just would not recommend this. I also finished up this eye cream from the Inkey List. This is the Caffeine Eye Cream. This is fine. I liked it enough. It's an eye cream. I don't really think I noticed anything revolutionary with this. I think I still prefer my Oracle eye gel from Dew, but I used it up. It's there. I don't think there's anything wrong with this eye cream. I think I just prefer the Dew one. And I guess I don't have it like specifically in here. It's in one of my skincare bags that I need to take out. And this is me trying to remember to take it out. Is the Ordinary Lash and Brow Serum. It's starting to really sting my eyes whenever I use it, and that's just a sign that it's going bad. So I've definitely had it longer than the suggested amount. So that's part of the reason, but also I've used it a ton and I don't necessarily think I noticed a huge difference in my lashes or my brows, so I don't know if I would repurchase it. I have a couple of face masks that I finished up. This one is from Tony Moly. This is their I'm Micoli Skin Purifying Face Mask. I would use it again. I have a couple of other like face masks that I have from Tony Moly that I haven't used yet. I have and will probably repurchase. And then this one is from Nature Republic. This is the Real Nature Mask Sheet in the Rose scent. I feel like my mom gave me these from the last time she went to Asia. I might have purchased these from like YesStyle or something, but I like face masks. These were both nice. They felt nice on my skin. I don't use face masks like that often, so I don't know if I would repurchase these specific ones, but I'm always just trying different face masks, different sheet masks for just the feeling of wearing a sheet mask. I don't necessarily think any of them have really shown any like improvement in my skin, and I don't necessarily think I need a face mask in my life, in my collection. They're always nice to put on. It's always very relaxing when I do. And then everything else here are pimple patch sets that I've finished up. So I finished up 2 of the Cosrx Acne Pimple Master Patches. These are my go-to pimple patches for any like whiteheads, anything that I feel like is like poppable. These are just the best and they're relatively affordable. I usually get these on YesStyle, so whenever I do like a K-beauty order, I always just pick up a couple of these as well. I think I've had at least one of these in every single empties video I've done. They're just the best in my opinion. They work really well and they're really affordable. I also finished up this from Peach Slices. This is their Deep Blemish Micro Darts. I picked these up because they're a little bit cheaper than the Hero Cosmetics acne dots that I have that I love. I don't think these do as good of a job as the Hero Cosmetics ones. So these ones, they're micro darts, so they're supposed to like really get into your skin. This is probably just like my mindset, but these don't feel prickly enough for me. Like, I like the Hero Cosmetics ones because they really kind of like hurt when you push them in and it feels like it's really getting in there. So this is definitely just like my mind just thinking that they're not as effective, but I don't like these as much as I like the Hero Cosmetics ones. These are cheaper. There are 9 patches in here, whereas the Hero Cosmetics ones only have 8 patches. I think I'm just gonna stick with my Hero Cosmetics ones though, just because they're kind of my tried and true. Even saying that, in the past couple of months, my skin has actually been so much better since I stopped using that Bioma spray. I've stopped getting the really painful deep under the skin ones, and so I haven't really needed to pick these up anymore. That's a good sign. I'm glad that is the case, but I did finish up the Peach Slices one, and then I finished up 2 packs of the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patches Micro Point for blemishes. So everything I just said about the Peach Slices ones apply to this one. I just like the Hero Cosmetics ones more. I finished up 2 packs. They're a little bit more expensive, but I also feel like they just work better for me and my skin. And I like that they kind of hurt as you push them in because it really feels like it's getting in there. And I've noticed that like my under the skin acne does look better the next day with these, whereas the Peach Slices one didn't look as like relieved and like calmed down. And then everything else here is pretty much makeup related. The first thing that I want to mention is this little lash separator from Ulta Beauty that broke, unfortunately. I have since found other lash separators to use, but I'm counting this as an empty because I used it, loved it, broke it. I had this one for about 2 years, and so I just picked up new ones for me to use. This was like my gal for a little bit. I really liked this lash separator. A lot of these you should have seen in my project pans so far. I think pretty much everything that I used up was from my project pan so far. So I have 2 primers here. The first one is the Milk Pore Clips Mattifying Primer. I don't think I would repurchase this. I don't think it necessarily did anything in terms of mattifying or pore blurring for me, so probably would not repurchase this. I also finished up this little mini of the Vive Skin Nova Instant Radiance Primer. I actually did really like this. I think this was really gel-like, and so it felt like it synced in really nicely. And besides that, I didn't feel like it made me feel oily throughout the day, which a lot of glowy primers can. This one didn't. So I really like this. I would consider purchasing the full size, but I have too many primers. If you watched my makeup inventory update, you'll know. Too many primers. So not gonna repurchase the full size, but it is nice. I did like this. I also finished up this little tiny sample size of the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum Hydrating Primer Face Serum. I also really like this. It sunk in so quickly. I really liked the texture of this. It was pretty much like instant, and it did leave a really nice glow without feeling too glowy. So again, I would consider repurchasing the full size of this, but I have too many primers. And besides this one from Danessa Myricks, I also really like her Yummy Skin Primer, the Water Powder Serum Primer. That one has been unreal. I love that. I got it recently, but since getting it, I've been using it a ton, and I just feel like that does such a good job of controlling my oils throughout the day, especially in the summer. That is a must. So really like that serum from Danessa Myricks. This one was also really good. I also finished up the NYX Plump Finish Setting Spray. This, not a fan. The spritzer on this, it's like a water gun. It feels like being peed on. So I didn't like that. I also just did not like the setting spray to begin with. So I definitely would not repurchase this, but I had it, I used it up. Yay for me. And then I finished up 2 different brow products. They're both brow pens. This one is from Milani. This is the Weekend Brow in the shade Espresso. And then I also finished up the NYX Lift and Snatch in the shade Espresso as well. I have since repurchased the NYX one. I think they're both really good. The NYX one, I feel like it's just not going through the tip as nice as I would like to. It's kind of dried up a little bit as well. They're both really good. I've been loving a brow marker lately. I just feel like it does a really good job of making my brows feel a little bit more folded in, but looking really natural still, especially since I got my brows tattooed. I really don't need a ton of filling in, and so these were really great. Love these. Will repurchase them. Whatever I can find is cheaper, to be honest. They are both pretty much the same, and they both work really well. I think the NYX line has a few more shades though, so whatever your heart desires. The shades of these are also both pretty much the same. I'm not too picky about the shades of my brows as long as they're more of like a dark brown rather than a true black. I feel like both are really good. I also finished up a full size of the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I've been talking about this for a really long time. I was trying to work on this so much. I've been kind of neglecting my Project Pan lip gloss for the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm because I was so close to finishing this. Do you know how hard it is to finish up a full size lip balm? That's crazy. And I finished it, so I'm really proud of that. This did take me a really long time. I love the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balms. I've raved about them for years now. I specifically remember this one made it through the washing machine and the dryer. In Australia, I definitely threw this in the dryer and it survived, and I used it until it was completely up. And I haven't lost it. The real feat here is me not losing the lip balm before finishing it up. So crazy. I'm so glad I finished this. I'm obsessed with the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm formula. I still have a couple of the other full sizes in different tints and shades and a bunch of minis. So I don't think I'm ever going to run out of Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balms, but I am definitely glad I finished up this one. I also finished up this little mini lip liner from NYX. This is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Soft Spoken. Finished this through my Project Pan. It was just getting too hard to hold, and in my Project Pan, I said when that was the case, I was gonna call it quits. So finished up a little lip liner. The NYX lip liners are so good, love them. Really can't go wrong with like their wooden pencil ones because they have so many shades and they last really well as well. So I'm sure you're gonna be able to find a shade that works for you. I really can't recommend these enough, and they're like $3 or $4, so they're really affordable. I also finished up this gloss from e.l.f. This is the lip lacquer in the shade Bubbles. You can see there's still like a little bit of product in here, but honestly, I don't love this gloss enough to like scrape the sides, and I finished up most of them, and so I'm calling this quits as well. Also, it kind of just looks gross in here at this point, so I don't want to use this anymore. I did like this for what it was. It was just kind of like a lip gloss. I don't necessarily think this is one of my favorite formulas out there. I think it was just okay, but it was okay enough for like the $3 gloss that it is. I would maybe repurchase it if I was like in a pinch, but definitely not my first choice. Would not like gravitate towards this if I were to go to a drugstore. I think the Milani Fruit Fetishes are much better lip glosses, especially if you want something that is like a little bit thicker, not sticky, really glossy. I like those a lot more than I like these e.l.f. lip lacquers. I also finished up this Clio Kill Lash Super Proof mascara. This is the volume curling variety. I try to cycle through my mascaras every couple of months, so this was just, it was time. It's getting dry. It's not holding a curl as well. And so it is time to say goodbye. I like this. They're pretty affordable. I get it off of Yes Style, and I like to try a lot of the different K-beauty mascaras because there are so many, and they're just so much better than typical American mascaras. Like the K-beauty mascara game is top tier. I don't know if I'll ever like actually go back towards American Western mascaras. I also finished up the little mini of the Clinique Almost Lipstick in the shade Black Honey. This is like the first lip product, like lipstick tube type product that I finished up, so I'm really proud of that. This took me not super long, but it made me realize that I actually really like the Clinique Almost Lipstick formula. I like the shade of this a lot. I can see why it's such a cult favorite. It's really, really good, but I have so many lip products. I don't need to buy a full size of this, but I am definitely glad that I finished it up. This was a feat for me. This was very impressive. And then the final two products I have here are actually little spoilers for my Project Pan. So if you watch this before my next July Project Pan update, you're gonna know. But I finished up the two products that I was really close to finishing in my Project Pan. The first one is the Lila B Divine Duo Lip and Cheek in the shade Bedazzling. It's the highlighter that I have. There's still like a tiny bit around the sides, but I'm not too worried about getting every single last drop of product out of here. I feel like this is such great progress for a highlighter, like a highlighter that you only use on pinpointed parts of your face. Towards the end of this, I liked this a lot more. Once I like smushed the product around and kind of warmed it up a little bit more, I liked it a lot more than I did before, but finishing up a whole highlighter, crazy, crazy. I'm really happy about this, and Lila B is not even a brand anymore. It's probably for the best that I finished this up when I did. And then I finished up my Merit the Minimalist stick. There's no product in there anymore. It's completely flat. You can see it's kind of like breaking up in there. Not a big deal because I'm not gonna like scrape out the product or anything like that. This took me so long. I've pretty much had this in for a full year now. It took me a full year to finish this. So glad to be done with this. I am so excited. If you are gonna watch my Project Pan series after this, I hope you enjoy the little spoiler. I am gonna roll in some new products, and I'm speaking so fast. I am gonna roll in some new products in my Project Pan, but for now, I'm just gonna bask in the happiness that is finishing up these products. And that is everything. That is all of my empties. I feel like that is quite a lot. I am glad to be able to throw out some of this trash now. It's been sitting for like 6 months. Some of these have been sitting for a really long time. So I am really excited that I finished up all these products. I feel like this is a really good haul. I feel like I finished up a ton of products. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking through my trash. I love empties videos. I find them so satisfying, especially when I'm like editing and tallying up how much everything actually costs. It is just so satisfying. I am excited to edit and see how much everything actually ends up being. I feel like it's gonna be quite pricey, but maybe not as pricey as some of my other ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.